Hello again, and welcome to 5-Minute Physics. Today's topic is electrical conductors and insulators. Electrical conductors are any material in which charges can move freely. What that means is that electrons can move freely throughout the substance. The atoms are bound fairly loosely together, and charge can move fairly easily. So it's easy for charge to move through the materials, and they're used to conduct electricity. Electrical insulators are any materials in which charges cannot move freely. The electrons don't flow smoothly and therefore cannot be used very well to conduct electricity. Some examples of conductors would be most metals, such as copper, aluminum. Copper specifically is usually used in circuit boards. And insulators would be things like wood, rubber, glass, silk, your skin, things that don't conduct electricity well. Now, semiconductors are materials that, in their pure state, do not conduct electricity well. But by adding a few well-placed atoms, as impurities during their formation, they can be made a drastic change can be made so that they conduct electricity actually very well. A very common example of this is silicon, which is actually very, very common in computer chips and most electrical devices. Superconductors are materials that have no resistance between the particles, so that electrons can move completely freely and they don't generate heat. And superconductors operate at or below a certain temperature. So those are uncommon, but they generate absolutely no heat since there is no resistance. Absolutely no resistance between the particles. The electrons can flow freely. So let's look at an example of a metal. Let's say this is what a metal looks like, this grid formation. Too far. Alright, so if you have your electron over here, let's make it green. This is your electron. Electrons can move freely among the particles. So you can get anything from going through here, moving through here. So electrons can move freely throughout this because all the metals share electrons. They share. All of their electron levels are interconnected like this, so that they can move from one atom's cloud to another. So most conductors are like that. Materials that are not conductors do not have this nice grid lined up here, and therefore they don't conduct electricity because the electrons cannot move very well between the particles through the material. That's about it for conductors. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.